Dear beloved, there are moments in life when evil feels organized, not random, not accidental, but intentional. Moments when opposition gathers itself, sharpens its teeth, and circles your life like a pack in the night. Psalm 59 was born in such a moment. David is not praying from a palace. He is praying while watched, surrounded, hunted, and the Spirit wants us to understand something very important. This psalm is not about fear. It is about clarity. Deliver me from mine enemies. O my God, defend me from them that rise up against me. David does not pretend the enemies aren't real. Spiritual maturity does not mean denial. Faith does not mean blindness. Sometimes the attack is visible. Sometimes it has names. Sometimes it has voices. Sometimes it smiles while sharpening knives. And David teaches us his first truth. You do not have to minimize danger to magnify God. You can say, they are real, and still say, God is greater. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. Notice what is under attack. Not just his body, not just his reputation, but his soul. This is where Psalm 59 becomes timeless, because many of us are not being chased with spears, but we are being hunted emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Attacks on your peace, on your calling, on your identity, on your joy. The enemy does not always try to kill you outright. Sometimes he waits, watches, and wears you down. They run and prepare themselves without my fault. This line is uncomfortable because it confronts a painful truth. Sometimes you did nothing wrong. Not every battle is correction. Not every trial is consequence. Some storms come because you are anointed, because you are chosen, because light disrupts darkness simply by existing. David is innocent here and still targeted. Let this heal someone. If you are asking, what did I do to deserve this? The answer may be, nothing, but thou, O Lord, shalt laugh at them. This is one of the most misunderstood moments in Scripture. God is not laughing because suffering is funny. God is laughing because evil overestimates itself. What terrifies you does not intimidate him. What looks strategic to the enemy looks small from heaven. The laughter of God is not mockery. It is assurance. It means the outcome is already settled. Because of his strength will I wait upon thee, for God is my defense. Waiting here does not mean passivity. It means refusal to panic. Waiting is saying, I will not rush into vengeance. I will not abandon faith for control. I will not become like those who pursue me. Waiting is strength under restraint. And David declares something profound. God is not just a rescuer. God is a defense, not only after the attack, but before it reaches you. Slay them not, lest my people forget. This is holy wisdom. David does not ask for instant destruction. Why? Because sometimes complete removal erases remembrance. Struggle teaches dependency. Pressure reveals power. Resistance reminds us who God is. David understands something we often miss. If God removes every enemy immediately, we forget who kept us alive. Consume them in wrath, and let them know that God ruleth. This is not personal revenge. This is divine alignment. David is not asking God to prove David right. He is asking God to prove God is sovereign. The ultimate victory is not your enemies falling. It is the world knowing who reigns. But I will sing of thy power, for thou hast been my defense and refuge in the day of my trouble. Here is the final transformation. The psalm begins with fear. It ends with worship, not because the threat disappeared, but because perspective changed. Praise becomes an act of defiance. When you sing in the presence of danger, you declare that fear does not have the final word. Closing revelation. Psalm 59 teaches us this. You can be surrounded and still be secure. You can be targeted and still be chosen. You can be hunted and still be held. God does not always remove the night immediately, but he never leaves you unguarded in it. So tonight, if enemies circle, if voices bark in the dark, if fear whispers lies, stand still. The God who laughs at storms is standing watch over your soul. If you enjoyed today's content, please be sure to like and subscribe. Take care and God bless.